What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome. Am I kidding myself off? There we go. How y'all doing, ladies? How you doing? Got to give everybody a chance to get up in here. I already see them in the chat. King Trey Way has been here since earlier today. Maybe even last night. I'm not even sure. Let us pray. I love that. Let go. 2 and 2. Who's next? All right. I love that attitude. ATL Leo. Hi, ladies. F them Saints. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Because guess what?
Yeah.
Tonight, this is, well, it's kind of a bit of a recap and a pre-show, and honestly, ladies, we don't have a lot of time to even spare right now because we division rivals back to back to back. So it's getting ready to get tough. It's getting ready to get serious. But honestly, this is the kind of the tough stretch of our season. If we can get past this in the win column, we looking hella good. What y'all think about that? Let's go ahead and introduce the ladies while I'm getting it started. Y'all already know who I am. As you know, I am Ms Maggie T. You already know me from Atlanta Falcons Nation, Champagne Confessions, even though I'm taking a hiatus on that for right now to focus on these dirty birds. We'll be back in action for the next show coming soon, but I'll keep y'all posted on that one. But who's right next to me? Now, tell me if my fingers are going the opposite direction, because I realized that last show.
Opposite.
It's crazy. I'm going to have to change my camera.
It's okay. I am Auntie Pam to most of the people in on the podcast and all that. Proud season ticket holder. Can't wait for a Thursday night game. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
That's right. All right. I'm putting myself on a little high hidden so I can get my camera together. But who's right underneath Miss Pam? We're going to get these directions right today, y'all.
That will be me. That is Christy from South Mississippi.
South Mississippi. How you feeling today? How you feeling?
Shoot, a win feels good all week.
Sure.
Yes,
ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can switch my camera up.
Not the host popped out.
She done popped out. She done popped out. Maybe she'll straighten it out. You might have to go ahead and introduce yourself.
I know. I might want to type in. Y'all already know it's your girl Whitney J from the A Ready to Slay. This is a victory week going into another divisional game. We got the Bucks on Thursday, so we got a short week. But always be in the Aints is always super sweet, especially when we do it in the hometown. I loved it. We 2-2. Time to go 3-2 on Thursday. So we gotta wait.
Okay.
I'm hoping they get conditioned.
Yes, definitely.
Put my camera together. It's probably
there she go.
Coming back.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave it.
There she go.
There you go. You good. I didn't already do my introduction. We could go ahead and get into it.
Let's get right into it. Y'all running coach with running point. That's all right. All right. These ladies already know what to do and what time it is. Let's go ahead and give some shout outs to a couple of more people as they come in. Make Way Sports, Rise Up Falcons. How y'all feeling in the chat? Come on, let's get some red and blacks in the chat. Let us know how you feel after this winning. You know what I'm saying? Rise up, go Braves, Ray.
Thank you, Sonya, for the red and black.
Yes, right. I'm home. I kissed my floor. Now that's what I'm talking about. Miss Lady is home. She's safe.
Yes.
Put her in her prayers. They got hit. Her car is total, but she still has her life.
Yeah.
That's the most main thing. She's blessed. That's a blessing. It could be completely worse. And I'm glad that they're going to get her situated with her insurance. Yeah, make sure y'all stay insured up, because that's the most important right now. Because we got another storm coming, people. I'm just trying to let y'all know. So don't sleep on this one. Everybody was laughing about kids being out of school. Now you see the impact. Even if we weren't in the direct hit of it, a lot of people are still affected and out of power at this very moment. So, D. Coleman, Samuel Howell, how you doing, D. Coleman? And giving us our flowers. We appreciate you. A137. What's up? I see a lot of y'all in the chat. Go ahead. sign this one out and send it out. Let everybody know that you are here. So, on that note, ladies, let's get right into it. Pam, I'm gonna put the spotlight on you because we had special. Yes, ma'am. It was a night with Nyght. I'm gonna show some pictures. You can kind of go through it and just tell me your experience to be right there, front and center, with all these greats that attended that event last night. It's always an honor to kind of see these pictures. I love it, the insider from you. I'm gonna go ahead and post these pictures. Just kind of let us know how it was.
You know me that I am a huge Matt Ryan fan. That is my quarterback, point blank. And I can tell you one incident. I actually was at I guess a draft party or something, and it was a guy that came try to talk to me. And he said one bad thing about Matt Ryan. That was you gotta go, buddy. You said one bad thing about him. We can't do this. No, you're gonna have to go somewhere. So that was a deal breaker. You talk bad about my quarterback, you can't get with me. Period. Point blank. But the start of the show, Harry Douglas, he was the host of the whole thing. He brought up all the way from his Pee-wee, his family, and brought special guests on the stage. One of the couple of special guests was his high school coach that he didn't knew was there. Talked about how he was in high school and all that. And he was talking about how he was a good running quarterback. Started out in high school. He was bragging about that at the time, and the coach kind of put him in his place and all that. But then Muck Duck got on there. The Todd McClure, that was a real good piece with them two. You know how he took command of the whole team in his rookie season, because I think he had told one story about Turner. Passed gas in the thing, and they were laughing. And Matt Ryan said, Matt Ryan took charge and said, y'all need to get it together. You know, pretty much told them they need to go ahead and stop this foolishness and let's go on. And they knew right then he was the leader of the, he took control of that situation and all that, But it was a real nice, well organized event, and it was all about Matt Ryan and his community service and just all around about him, And his former teammates show up, and fan how I got a hold of it. I saw it in my email, and I said, "Oh, event with Matt Ryan," and it was $20, and the $20 went towards his to the disadvantaged kid of Atlanta, the last foundation that him and Sarah started, which I thought was really nice.
And I think he still keeps that going in Atlanta, don't he?
Yeah, I think he's still going here.
That's what's up. I think he's gonna build his house and come on back down and come on home.
Well, he already got a home here. He ain't moving.
Oh, he ain't okay. Yeah. I thought he was, but then again, he was only temporary in that area. So, and then Matt is talking about Maggie acting all high class and she don't got her house. Glad everyone's okay down there. You can pay some of these bills, and then that can help me out here. That's because I'm over here struggling because of that. But no, it's a blessing. My house actually survived, and we didn't have any. It was flooding in my area, but it didn't reach us, and we kept our powers on. Surprisingly, I was like, now my house is notorious for a feather falling on it and going out, but during the storm, it actually didn't go out. So thank goodness. But it's a lot of family members that I have that's actually outside of Augusta, Louisville, Georgia. They got hit bad, and they don't have any cell towers, and things are going on where they haven't had food for about a week. Running water and things like that. I think. As well as what's his name? Brianna. Is her name Brianna?
Yeah, Brianna. Yeah, Brianna had to help
got her power back on as well just recently on Sunday. So she had been kind of out and down to herself, or she would have made her appearance here. Forest Parkway was flooded. Guess who ran right into Friday morning and the check engine light was on? Ooh.
Ooh.
So,
wow.
Yeah, prayers to South Georgia. Yeah, man.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'll definitely pray for some of those people that are still kind of in, and I've seen a lot of people starting to say their powers are being restored, but it's the damage, other things that I've been seeing. So if y'all still out there, of course, we want to hear from you. We can bring out some resources and things like that. Continue to donate to the Atlanta Falcons Nation Cash App Fund. Of course, we can start using those proceeds for those that I used to I did this back in COVID year. It was kind of funny that Christy brought this up. She does care packages. It was one year that COVID was very heavy and real thick for a lot of people. I still was doing my shows, and what I was doing was I took my donations and I started sending not Uber Eats, Instacart packages to people's homes because of course we still couldn't have the contact. But I got those addresses of some of the people that just got in the initial things like soup, water, electrolytes and things and essentials that they needed. So if you donate to the Cash App Fund, we could definitely kind of use that towards, benefiting some people in this relief. But shout out to those people that are helping out there in the community and passing out boxes and doing their best and providing them with the resources. I commend everybody, even off the blank. He's donating to that cause as well. It says Southside says my power didn't even go out at all for a serious storm, but in the summer it goes off because of light rain. That's how my house is. This is notorious for that. So, but thank you, Pam, for the pictures and the memories. I know it was a lot of you out there. I appreciate it. And of course, you got to let me know when these events happen because
I do. You ain't the only one. I felt bad that I didn't let some people know. I should have let somebody know. But at the time, I just saw it and just put it in the back of my mind, and then it was a reminder. I said, "Oh shoot, let me go ahead and take care of that."
And there's nothing wrong with that, So let's go ahead and get right into it because we're gonna make this short and sweet because we got the Braves are playing tonight.
Yeah, they made it through game one.
So one game.
Wild card.
Kyle comes on a little bit after us, so it's a lot of things to watch. Whatever your preference is, it's a lot of things to watch tonight. But let's get right into it, people. Right before we get into the next rivalry week game, but let's talk about our recap. Just short and sweet. Then I'll get into some highlights from that, just to kind of put some spotlights on some key players and things like that. But let's start it off, Miss Christy. Your highlights, your game recaps. What did you get a chance to watch it? By the chance, I think I saw you. Were you at the game?
No, I didn't. I didn't go.
That's right. You're not here in Georgia. Take that back.
Yeah, I'll be in the I'll be at the New Orleans when we play New Orleans again in November.
We're gonna have to get together, Chrissy, because I'm planning on going to that game.
Yeah, I always go attend that game, and since it's so close, and since I just got back from the Pittsburgh game, so that'll be my next game. But hey, the fourth quarter was my favorite. Always clutch. Cool with the clutch kick was great, and so I'm glowing red. I'm actually one reason why I've never switched my picture. I'd be just coming in from work, but I'm dyeing my hair just blood red because I plan on going to New Orleans this weekend and going like a red Christmas tree. So,
you gotta take pictures. You gotta take pictures.
I gotta see that.
So I'm always red. So it was a close game, but a great one, and it a lot of salty New Orleans fans, but they'll be fine. But shout out to teams and defense. I know we've been hearing it for the last couple of days, but hey, it's been since 2004, actually, an entire 20 years since we won without scoring an offensive touchdown. So 20 years, but it goes to show you that all areas of our football team are engaged and actively playing. So that was one of the most important things, and that they were willing, that the Saints was willing to sacrifice key players that were on the injury list to go back in and then end up injured. It's one of the major concerns I'm watching. I've been watching parts of and some of the highlights but parts of some of the games with the Bucs. They are really, really concerned about our defense and what this could mean for them. So that was very very important. My major concern with this win was that it seemed like we were playing prevent defense, which is something that the Bucs capitalize on. That movement of yardage down the field for them. They really capitalized that on in that Philly game. And they every player after in their press conference this past win, they were all talking about, we're going back to watch the video. We were going back to watch the tapes of the Falcons. They're going to be watching that thinking, I'm hoping that that's not the type of defense that we're running, the ones that we saw with the Saints, because they were also able to move down the field on that. And that to me is real dangerous. They were less organized than the Bucs will be, but I think that's going to be very pivotal to our win on Thursday. I'm claiming it. Claiming it early.
Okay. I claim it too.
Okay, Ms. Witt, go ahead and tell me your recap a little bit. What was your highlights and everything from that game?
Of course, it was great to see the defense show up, especially with Troy Anderson with the pick 6, with the help of Judon getting that ball up in the air from Carr. It was great to see 2 out of the 3 phases actually work really well. The offense, they got to work on what they're going to do when it comes to Bijan and Tyler.
We'll talk about it a little bit too.
That was the perfect game for Tyler. I know a lot of people was like, oh, Bijan. Oh, Kyle, my fantasy. We have to do what works, what fits with the scheme, with the team we are playing with. That just is how it goes. But Kurt has to be better with his vision. It's starting to get better, but going back and watching the tapes of everything that happened on Sunday, it was windows of opportunities that was there, but he's not going through his progressions fast enough. That way he can sort of and get it out. He's getting more time. I feel like he gets more time than Matt ever got, just to be
he does get a lot of time.
He gets time, but those penalties, we got to work on the penalties. I was a little sick that 2 of those penalties that the center calls. I know Dalman is out for a while, and I mean he is the backup, but he got to get on his shit, because from where for those little ticky-tack type of things, those shouldn't happen. There was a BS call calling Bijan's touchdown back with that little soft wissy little hole, but we got to work on penalties. But of course, you know, a lot of Aints fans, the PI calls. Baby, we have more penalties for more yardage than y'all have. Get the out of here, like really do. But I was really proud for Hodge for making sure the hustle with special teams. Special teams are way better this year. Marquise did a good job from looking at the mistakes that happened last year and bringing new philosophy and a new breath of fresh air into this year. And you can always tell that's behind Raw, his coaching, and the culture that they're creating. The defense, they got to do better in the middle. These like Chrissy was saying, these chunk plays, getting 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards on first down. I mean, we got to keep that. Yes, we're not having as many explosive plays over our heads, those type of things like that. But those chunk plays, if you look at the time that the Saints had the ball compared to us, Jesus, they had it quite a bit. But a win is a win. God bless Koo and his leg. I was sitting on pins and needles. I just wish we were going into the Bucs. Please give us a game where you're not going into cardiac arrest for the whole fourth quarter. Please give us a game where it's an actual comfortable game. Is like I just want a good game where I don't feel like I'm about to throw up towards the end. So, but that just goes to show I'm back into it, because last year I was just like I was sick and done. But this year I see where we're going. The progression needs to be made. Zach got to get on his game plan on what he's gonna do. He got to. Something has to
give about that.
Something got to give. But all phases, the offense getting there, the defense, they have some things to pick. I'm scared about Troy and Layman being out. But how raw and what's been going on, I'm comfortable. So the Bucs is gonna be a challenge, but everybody say that, oh, this team, they wild out on this team. It was supposed to be this whole blowout with the Saints. Didn't happen. Oh, the Bucs are doing this. Eagles were doing that. Steelers were doing this. No, we are competitive no matter how it goes. So I'm ready. I'm ready for Thursday.
Absolutely. Right. I love that. But you kind of segue. I'm gonna give it to Pam. But you know, one thing I think I love about Raw is like he's only worried about the next man coming. So he's gonna watch and see what's going on. You know, everybody, all these things. He said something about stats or a loser's game or something. He was saying all I cared about is winning at this point. So he said that at the recent press conference, and it's like, look, you know, whatever looks good on paper, but it's how you execute what you do on the field is the most important thing, you know. So if any type of improvement I see from my teams, I'm happy about it. But go ahead, Ms. Pam, your highlights and everything from that win.
Well, highlight is that Derek Carr got better. Last year, he was not clicking with all his receivers. This year, he's clicking. So that's what I'm hoping Kurt will do in the upcoming game. Get on the same page with his receivers and tight end and all the core. Like we said, that the line was giving them good protections, you know, so he has time to go through his progression. So he just have to, I think the receivers just got to do their job, run the right route, and be on the same page with him pretty much. And the defense, I think they just signed Evans onto the practice squad.
They sure did.
Yeah. So hopefully he might end up coming up because of Troy being injured. So but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully the defense will have a better game plan because Baker Mayfield, this is a year 3 on him, and he's clicking with all his receivers. So we got to stop that buzzsaw of an offense, put them on ice, so to speak. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm saying short and sweet. I'm gonna give some little extra highlights from this game. But ladies, 3:30, good show, good win. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Hi. Chauncey said, "Hey, babies." Yeah, that's 4 games straight where we have the last time of possession. Who is a clutch kicker? He has kicked a lot of game-winning field goals, and everybody was kind of a little nervous about his preseason debut, thing. But I was like, it's preseason. This man know his job, just like a lot of these veterans know their jobs. He was just there to, keep his job. That's all he was. He wasn't worried about no stats in the preseason. So, that inconsistency was just like, okay. He's clutch when it matters most. And that's all we care about. Do we activate the rookie running back this week?
I think they will. Because of Bijan's game bang up.
That's true too.
Yeah, McClendon's gonna probably be activated because he's a little bang up.
And then 3:30 says stats are only good in conversations. So it's everybody got their predictions, and Hollywood and of course Vegas got their own predictions, and but it's like it's any man's ball game any given Sunday. It doesn't matter. So Evan was a great tackle producer in 2022. He was a playmaker. Let's look back from GM. Who came through, but we got to put him in a better position. Career-long attempts for the win. Absolutely. Exactly. And I agree with that.
They should have ran the ball.
A lot of kickers have been kicking that far, though. A lot of kickers have been kicking from that distance, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's coming to where it's just like, it is necessary, but I didn't like them not putting on the yardage to get him closer to where it's comfortable.
Yeah,
because baby, we not gonna put that in the air. We gotta win, because if that would have went any other way,
jeez, yep,
they would have blamed him for.
They would have blamed him for it.
Blamed him for that. Or Kirk Cousins, it would have been just a whole, who is it? Who did it? Who did it? So let's go into these couple of quick highlights. We're just gonna make it flash quickly. Wide receiver Cardell Hodge was responsible for Falcons' first punt turn touchdown. Saints wide receiver Rashid Shaheed dropped the punt after the Falcons' first drive, and then he basically got it in that, and pretty much it was a special teams touchdown. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it's funny because I hadn't even had the game on quick enough to even see that. I was like, wait a minute. Because I went to my friend's house. She was having a watch party. And I got there, like, we the damn scored. Okay, then. Okay. So that was
I was actually on the field doing the flag detail, and I was heading up to my seat when everybody saying, oh, man. I said, what? I didn't even see it.
So I was driving in the car.
I was driving
in the car. I was driving in the car listening to 92.9 the game. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it whether I'm watching it or however stream it where I'm gonna get it. I was listening to it in the car. I was like, dog, they could get this in. Oh my god! I'm like, oh, what happened? Turn it on. I was like, oh yes.
See, he saw the person. I think he actually saw the person coming instead of paying attention to the ball, and the ball kind of went over, and they were just fighting over the ball in the end zone. And I think the first Falcon player, I don't know who it was, he didn't get it, but Cadell Hodge ended up jumping on it.
I think it was Abernathy.
Okay. But he had a chance to get it, but he didn't get it. And Cadell jumped right on it. So that was good.
That was a good one. That was a good one. So we're going to move right into the next one. Of course, let's give it right back to Falcons kicker Youngway. Woo! 58-yard field goal to win the games, signified not only the longest field goal of his career, y'all, but also the longest field goal made in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So that's kind of a highlight, a stat for him. He's building his resume. He's actually probably what they're saying one of the third kickers in the Falcons franchise. Of course, we got to give it to the first two original ones. So, but he's starting to make his name in the record books, and I commend this man. I just hope he stays healthy. Y'all give that man back his cleats, please. Y'all still holding them hostage, but ever since that, he's still consistent. He's still doing his thing. He give us a little heart attack every now and then, but every time he comes through with the clutch. But like y'all was saying, we got to get him in better positions. As far as this offense, we shouldn't even come down to a field goal. But I actually said that. I said that in my keys to victory. I was basically saying it's going to probably be a very close game. It's going to be a field goal. So I kind of expected that because we played the Saints pretty much the same and similar, no matter who's
pretty much.
So I kind of expect this game to go the way it did. And so here's another one right here. Top rushers. So we're going to go into the top rushers, receivers, passers, and defenders of this game for the Falcons franchise. Tyler Algier. And we had talked about it. 8 carries for 60 yards, and then Bijan Robinson, 7 carries for 28 yards. Do we start Tyler Algier? Do we start looking at that? Is what's going on with that situation? Why? And I think Bijan is
holding against the Saints.
It's a hamstring injury right now. He's kind of nursing.
I don't think it's necessarily. Yeah, he's nursing. Yeah, but I think I think the thing that we're having the difference we're having when it comes to them two is that Bijan is good in space. He's really shifty. He's crafty. He know how to do those cuts. He's really good. And when the line was our original line is solid and can be able to push and get him space, he's explosive because once he gets going, he's going. Tyler is a power back. He blow through people. He is like a bowling ball. He is a train. Once he's going, you cannot stop him. You can even tell on that 3rd down and 9 run when you thought he was caught, but he was bowling them over, like throwing knees and elbows everywhere you could go. They was trying to pull him down by the shirt. Didn't work. That bad boy was ripping every way, which way. That's just how it is. They have to figure out a better way. Like Tyler is good, like when he has space. And he's a good like running back where you could just throw it to him in space and he's going to take off and he's going to go. Tyler is going to push up the middle. He's going to get it going. He's that rough and tumble back. They have to do what they used to do with a work and turn. They have to figure out different offensive schemes and looks that works better with both of them because I really don't want Tyler to leave. I feel like they could be a great 2-back tandem, but they have to figure out how they mesh and work. They got to figure it out. Like I said last week, Tyler had 1,000 yards running before Bijan got here. He's special. He is. He comes in there. He put in work. Now we were pissed at him for missing that block. Now Bijan, he's a hell of a blocker. He's a hell of a blocker. So you need to highlight what they are good at. Make sure you punish whatever team we going against with that two-headed monster. I don't know if Zach has finally formulated yet, but he needs to figure it out, and he needs to figure it out fucking quick.
Who's next on that one? The highlight there about Bijan and Algier. I see some comments in the chat. Is the big bowling ball hard to bring down? Absolutely. Tyler will run through them, and Bijan will make the miss. That's how I see it with our running backs. So using them, coincide. That it's good to have a couple of weapons like that.
They don't like Tyler Algier. They don't like him because he goes right at them. So to get a little point to the offensive coordinator, when we play the Saints, you better use a heavy dose of Tyler. Give the ball to Tyler. That's what they were saying in the stadium. Give the ball to Tyler every time he ran. I mean, he just punished them, and they do not like him coming down at him. They don't like getting hit by him. So he is good against the Saints. So why is in the God creation you're not going to use him in a game that you know that he thrives in? Because even the video what they were showing of the teams we're gonna play, they had him going through the Saints through the wall. So what does that tell you? Give the ball to Tyler. That's all you have to do when you play the Saints, because they do not like tackle Tyler point blank. That's it. That's all I got to say on that matter.
I agree with Miss right. I agree with Miss Pam. We're gonna really, really need him with the Bucks. They're planning on playing. They have 3 defensive linemen that have been injured and 2 of their backups, but they plan on playing them. And Levante David is beast. He's been playing against us for over 13 years, and we're gonna need somebody like Tyler when it comes to moving that ball. So exactly, I agree with the panel on that.
Okay. Let's get right into it. The top receivers: Falcons, Drake London, 6 receptions for 64 yards. What do y'all think about that?
I thought Mooney had it, but yeah, Tyler, Drake did pretty good in that game. I think. I mean, he had one catch he almost made, but the cornerback kind of knocked it out of his hand. So, but I think Kirk got to get good ball placement in order for these receivers to catch. So he's getting there, give him time, But other than that, I don't know.
Not much to say on that one. Yeah. What you got on that winning, Christy? Anything short, sweet?
I agree. I actually thought it was Mooney who actually had who will be top receiver, because it seems like him and Kirk have an actual really good connection. But I'm not surprised Drake got his due, but they have to work on their connection, and I don't know whether it's the routes. I don't know what, like I mentioned earlier, if it's just Kurt and his progressions not either rushing to get the ball out, or he's not allowing it's just something that's not happening when it comes to the routes, whether he's getting it there too soon, he's overthrowing it, is short, or the receiver is not where they're supposed to be. They need to fix it. They need to fix it quick. But I do see those magical moments, and once it's there, that's a dangerous game. Now, whatever with Kyle,
he connected with Mooney and Ray right now, and he's getting there with Drake. Drake is his his other. I mean, he can. I mean, his last
he got something with Ray, yeah.
But I don't know what to say about Cal Pitts. Cal just need to step it up.
Yeah, I saw that question. I'm glad you said that. Somebody highlighted that and put it in the chat. It was one of our start comments. Hold on.
But do you count Cal as a receiver versus a tight end? And I think a lot of times there's a misconception of what a tight end does, and he had double coverage a lot.
agree.
He had double coverage a lot. People knew that the Saints knew to cover him. They knew to cover him. And I think a lot of people are going back to how he played with Matt Ryan and then moving forward. But look, he's played under 3 different leaderships, 4 different quarterbacks. And so you have to look at that. But our opponents know to cover Kyle Pitts. I think people are not. If you go back and look, and I watched one content creator today, the Birdcage. He actually put in some of the video from the games. He was double covered a lot.
Yeah,
they knew to cover him.
I seen that on B John too. Also, B John, it was like one of them plays that he was doubled. So it's like we got to stop being a little too predictable at some point.
Right.
Well, they got to get creative that when they do double cover Bijan or Tyler, going to the other receivers. The other receivers will have access of getting more catches. You know, he's just got to be. I mean, I think he's got to be on the same page to see with his plays, and it's got to get together some point.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Well, something that's been grinding my gears with the whole thing, because that is my ruffle my feathers moment, is with the Kyle Pitts situation.
Oh, we got one today. Okay.
Kyle is not a wide receiver. He is a tight end. Stop lining him up with CBs. Stop lining him up because they are faster than him. Like somebody said in the chat, shout out to the chat with Core Gears 5. He has no separation. I don't know whether his explosion has gone out of him coming out of the routes, but it seems like he's running with cement or like he have ankle weights on. I don't know what it is. He can't get any separation. Start lining him up with these defensive backs. Start having him actually run and do like a tight end. Yeah. Everybody is not going to be.
He's got a tight end coach in there, and he's got 2 other tight ends that know how to be a tight end. And you figure, some point he catch on. You know,
like at some point something has to give, because I'm just like, when they line him up like a tight end and he's actually being covered by a DB, he gets separation, he gets the ball placement. They have to start playing him appropriately, because he is not a wideout. He does not have the speed. He's not getting the separation. It does not work because they are double teaming him because they know they're going to go here. Stop doing that. He is not Travis. He is not Tony. This is just something special about them.
Play him like he's supposed to play. I got another thing. Defense will automatically know what play Atlanta gonna run based on what Cal does.
Yes,
right.
You know, so he's gonna have to really stop giving out. You know, the information. I mean, if he know he ain't gonna get the ball, stop acting like you're not gonna get the ball or something. So you know, so they won't pick up. Cause they look at him, their body language would give out signals to the defensive player what plays they gonna do. So that makes us predictable when he out there. So he's gonna have to disguise it or something.
I said with Southside said Pitts, when he is singled up, he has a tough time getting separation. You're 6'5", like 250 something. You know, so yeah, the question is starting to come out there, people, about that. You know, so I'm glad the original commenter was, you know, highlighted that. So let's get right into the next banner. We're going to talk about, let's talk about some of that top defenders.
Ooh,
Troy Anderson, 16 total tackles, 9 solo.
Buddy.
The Alford, 9 tackles, total tackles, solos, and a sack. So let's talk about defense. Let's talk about it. How do y'all feel about that? Now, I saw some missed tackles and things like that. I was a little
AJ.
What
are you doing?
Man.
That's all I got to say on that. Is like we got
to get better.
We don't pay this man. You know.
That's what I said.
You know, act like your paycheck, okay? You know, I know it was a lot of hesitation about that, but overall, you know, I'm still glad we have some top defender players, and you know that made the difference. So other than that, I just want to see it get better, keep these players healthy. But it was a lot of times that quarterback had a little too much time. They want I'm just saying it just. I was kind of upset. I was a hit and a miss. It was a hot and cold game for me. I was like mad as hell at some point to that fourth quarter.
I got something to say. It was a fan in my section, in particularly, was cussing out Troy Anderson. What? Why he ain't doing nothing? He ain't doing this. And then when he got the pick, you could have. Oh yeah, he good. He good. Change all of a sudden. I'm like, man, you just on one turn cussing the man out because he didn't do right, and then the next turn he done a good play. Oh, he okay. He okay with me. But you just gotta it's patience, and it's not I in the team, it's a we in the team. And that interception would of course not happen if Judon hadn't gone in and batted the ball away from from Carr that he was throwing it to, and that was a good play. So it's a team effort. So I think they getting there. It's just gonna take time,
Absolutely.
You just gotta have patience, and I think a lot of fan bases don't have a lot of patience with that. And I was kind of upset with the gash run and all that. So hopefully they'll clear it up by Thursday. I'm thinking it's got to turn around some point.
And the point is, we have an advantage to have home field. And then of course it's not a situation where the other team got a little bit more rest. We're both coming off of a short week, correct. So at the end of the day, we just got to come out there, play our A game, and do what we need to do. Ms. Witt, what do you think about the defensive players? How
defensive player Troy Anderson? I'm hoping, because we saw the sparks last year. He went down for a little bit. I'm hoping the injury is not severe or anything else like that. Something that he can bounce back from. Just take a little time, whether he's out this week, and be able to get back and bounce into it. I'm very proud of Hodge. I was out for. A lot of them was definitely doing what they need to do now, them tackles. Now, I know we give AJ a lot of hell, which he deserves quite a bit of hell, fire and brimstone. But I would say that I feel like he overthinks. He either give them too much space or he overruns it while trying to tackle him. Because once he get to him, he get to him and he knocks them down. Like he's rough and tumble, but he got to get out of his own head. I think with all the people chirping, you're starting to see like maybe that's entering his psyche that he ain't no CB1, he ain't no stuff like that. And we are actually starting to see because of those type games he has. But actually listening to Jesse Bates be mic'd up this week, he was mic'd up for the Saints game. Hearing how much of a leader he was, talking to everybody, whether it was Simmons, how he got the different handshakes with Cool, different things like that. They are a unit. They need to get together, talk to each other, figure something out, because because we got to get him together. Because he was an island where quarterbacks know not to throw in his area, but it's those type of small little mistakes where he had a lot of people in behind the line of scrimmage where it would have been tackles for loss or no gain at all that got past him. And he's not the only one, because Troy missed a hell of a tackles last week. You get people who miss tackles and do stupid shit each week, but they got to get it together. But I don't know what it is. They need to figure out that middle game, because all these quarterbacks being able to dump the ball off is becoming a problem. They got to figure it out. D-line is doing what they can, because they've been pressuring a lot of quarterbacks. I know it's not a stat that's mentioned a lot of times because the sacks are not coming with it, but they are hurrying those quarterbacks. They are doing it. It just so happened that Carr got a quick throw. Baker Mayfield has an even quicker throw. So they got to figure out something of getting that pressure in, because Judon is getting back there. They're getting back there, but I don't know what it is about getting the connect. They just got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. But I'm proud of the defense and what they was able to accomplish, especially on that 4th and goal. I don't know why they keep trying us on 4th down. We've let a couple of get through, but a lot of times we've been hell on that in the red zone. The defense have been hell in the red zone. I've been proud of them. I think we've only allowed so far maybe like 5 or 6 touchdowns. I think so far.
I need to give one defensive player a shout out that not even on here, Mike Hughes. He has done a tremendous job in that slot position. So that's my shout out to him. You know, he's done an exceptional job.
Okay.
And Clark's been here and there.
Oh, yeah. Chris, you want to add to the defense, you know, the top players, defenders, or anybody that stood out for you on defense?
Troy, like everyone else, I thought somebody had his mama hostage or something. You know, when you see Coach Ra on that sideline looking like James Evans, it's about to get real serious. If y'all pay attention to it, it's real serious.
James Evans, y'all.
It's like they
turn James Evans.
Yeah,
James Evans. Oh my.
They really turn up when he looks real serious, and he sort of pulled that bib on his cap down a little bit. And I was like, oh, daddy got the belt. And so they turn up every time. So I think the turn up point is, again, if you ever pay attention to what he's saying in those press conferences, is that it's his job to motivate those players to rise to their full potential and to not really listen to the outside noise. So I understood what he said when he said stats don't matter because people keep running back to the past and running back to that. So how does, you know, me as a fan, I had to think of every week. You have to think of, we got to win 17 games. You know, they got to go out on the field. So we had that fan base, you know, and I think that they're slowly turning around. But that fan base where we're less negative, like how we saw in the past with the Browns, no matter what, they were out there, rain, sleet, snow, they were out there. And so when do we get to that point? And so to see him step up to that manner, and every week we're seeing more and more, it's like I'm peeling the cabbage or something. You seeing more and more of them come out. And so I tried not to be as negative on a lot of things as a fan, but man, to see Troy step up like that was great.
Yes.
And to see how the defense and the offense, you know, even again, they continue to diversify different plays, and they're trying different ones like that in that fourth quarter. I ain't agree with Kirk throwing that ball like that, but I'm figuring out that they're trying different plays. They're trying things we've never see them do before, and they're trying them out. So this first year, I have to keep thinking, even though I want us.
It's the mechanics. It's just trying to figure this out right at this point. Actually, this is being our, like, honestly, and they said it, I forgot who I was listening to. It was like, you got to think about it. This is our toughest stretch right about now.
Yeah.
Right.
Once we get past this, it's kind of like
easy. It's kind of.
I won't say easy. I won't say easy because
but you gotta still play the game. Yeah.
We still ain't even made it to our bye week, so it's like we got to get all of these out. If we can survive these few games, and each time we get a little bit better. And then David Aliamato had his best game of the season. And hello, Tiff, how you doing, baby? So that's all I care about. Let's just come out of here with not a lot of injuries, improvement on defense and offense. Play calling gets a little bit better. You know, penalties are less. You know, we're still trying to figure each other out. We're trying to figure out that offensive line and things like that. Who to go? Everybody's starting to kind of figure us out a little bit. So we do have to try new things out and play with some different plays and things like that. He just need to open up his playbook a little bit better offensively. You know, but other than that, I think we still have a chance. So that's pretty much for the gist of the recap of the Saints game. You know, but we already know we got to fast forward on into this week because we didn't get to breathe. We can't even breathe right now. It's hate week again.
Thursday.
We another
2 days away. 2 days away.
You know, so our depth chart is pretty much what it was for the Saints game because we ain't got a lot of time to prepare and practice. But like I said, it's not a disadvantage because both of us are coming off a short week right after that, and both are coming off a win. So this still is a must-win situation because both of us, you know, I think the Buccaneers are leading us right down the division. So
it's a division. It's for the division. Period.
It's
Point blank.
right about now. This is most important. These are the tiebreakers right here, back to back to back. So even though I was nervous about the schedule, I was looking into like, you know what? If we come out all right, we're gonna be doing pretty all right defensive. You know, the NFC South at this point, and we can come out with wins at this point. But let's talk about it. Hate week. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Another hate week.
Oh boy.
And it's another one after that, right? The Panthers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm surprised my son-in-law hadn't mentioned anything this week to me, because he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan.
Oh.
So I'm surprised he didn't even say much about it this week. So we'll see. We'll see. You know.
John Sinclair, maybe Maggiet is back on Thursday. He also said it's great we got Rashaan Evans back. Who knows? Most of the guys on the defense.
He do. He knows.
And Tony said defense has been holding it down, not so much for the offense.
Offense got to wake up somewhat.
They do. Somebody need to sit Zach down like, hey, what's up, bro? You know, I don't know what to say, you know, but, you know, it's still early in the season. We got hell of a game to play. Let's just hope by mid-season, you know, we're starting to figure it out, but we just can't keep trying to figure it out each game. We need to click. We got to get it together. We got to figure out that Algier situation and Bijan off that, you know, it says can't sleep on the Panthers. And I'm saying all these. Now, one thing I can say about division rival games, no matter the record, no matter the season, we always play our defensive players. You know, we play them. Everybody knows each other. No matter who's coach, who's whatever's going on, it's always tight games with these rivals. So we can't sleep on the Panthers. We absolutely can't. But how do y'all feel? Panthers, you know, how do you feel? What we need to do to get this win up in their people, because they coming off a hype game themselves, as well as what we're hyped about beating the Saints. How do you feel? How do y'all feel about this game coming up? You nervous?
I would say only I'm a little concerned with a couple of injuries to secondary, but other than Layman and Troy, and still trying to figure out that middle portion, I just need for them to get to Baker. I just need for them to make him uncomfortable, get him off his game, keep his escape routes to a minimum, because regardless if people know it or not, he likes to use his legs too. Not as much as
another Taysom Hill, also, y'all.
Yeah, he likes to use his legs.
Taysom Hill 0.20. He can run too.
Yeah, so just make sure we limit this game. Make sure we disrupt with Mike Evans, because we already know Mike Evans loves to run up the numbers on us. So try to keep that BS to a minimum. Kirk got to make sure he gets the ball out. Make sure he uses his players. I know Ray. I know we love Mooney. That connection is great. But we got to use the players that we have. We got to be unpredictable, as we said before, because everybody is starting to say, hold the Bucks and stuff like that. We hear the noise all the time. Who's next? We are ready for anybody that comes at our doorstep. It's the next man up. Make sure we got center. I don't even care if he need to walk around all day, keeping the ball as still as possible in his hand. Make sure he don't move that ball off that line.
Absolutely.
I don't even need.
It's gonna be a special night for Matt Ryan, so they definitely need to win this game. And I know he was disappointed he didn't win that Kansas City game for Arthur Blank on his day. So
I know.
But we won this game for Arthur's birthday, though, and the opening of the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Hospital that's in Northfield Hill. So that was a good night for that. Shout out to Arthur Blank. It's a beautiful facility. It's a really beautiful facility.
Nice.
Yep. All right, Miss Christie, how do you feel? You a little nervous?
I am nervous. I'm like with that control of that center area with our defense, and if they're gonna play this soft defense or not. We can't allow the movement of those yards because they fully took advantage of that with Philly. Levante David, he hit 1,500 tackles, you know, as his record with the Bucs over the last 13 years. But he was a beast. He was the beast. I think it's going to be a battle of our defense versus their defense. When we're looking at it, I get a total of 2 sacks and 2 tackles for a loss, a forced fumble, and a quarterback hit. It's a lot. So they're really lining up to take advantage of us if that's what we're doing. And at the same time, they have a lot of injuries, just like how the Aints did, that we can capitalize on. But I think a lot of their players, they really are trying to move them to play for this Thursday night. They had 3 of their defensive linemen that had been on IR off and on, as well as 2 of their wide receivers. And they're really going to push for an effort to, hey, should I play? They're going to do just like how they did, what was that player from? Oh, Taysom Hill. They really going to push that envelope on putting, you know, if you think you could play, you know, go on out there, because
really, a situation where they was like, you know what? I don't know. The Falcons. I don't know what to expect with these guys. I don't know what we're gonna see on the field. So we need everybody to be on all hands on deck at this point.
Mike Evans is only 214 yards away from 1,000 yards. So
wow,
he plans on getting that. I mean, that's one of the things that they were talking about, and so I think this game is going to be equally as much of a hate game when you're looking at a divisional rivalry. Again, we've talked so much with the Aints that, you know, nobody really, you know, the Bucs sort of, you know, flew under the radar. So they're going to be real serious about this game. And I think this game in the Panthers, I'd rather win at the beginning instead of hoping to win at the end. Just beat them all 6 times. That'll be our 6 out of the 7 wins that we need to beat this curse that we've been under for so long. So
we're at home. We need to win our home game. We need to have the home field advantage.
So
point blank.
Definitely.
You know,
this is a game that we really have to be methodical about how the plays are and how they set up in that third and fourth quarter. Again, as long as our defense the longer they stay out on that field, by the fourth quarter, they are drained.
They are absolutely. I like what Mark Thomas said, and shout out to him, best photographer, videographer in the house. He was at the Red and Black event as well, but shout out to him, follow him. But thank you, defense has to be consistent every game, not for just rivals only.
Exactly.
Definitely agree.
You know, defense wins championships, you guys.
Right.
So, you know, when they're tired and offense not clicking, then that's crucial for us. You know, hopefully, you know, every now and then though, we do get a balanced few plays though, you know, maybe a quarter. I'm seeing a little bit of balance from both sides, but we have to keep that consistent in order to win these games fair and square, you know, keeping them healthy as well. But that's pretty much it for, you know, just to wrap up and let's talk about the NFC South, you know, expectations. You know, we talked about it last week. We were just saying basically, you know, we have been the laughingstock of the divisions. You know, nobody taking the South too serious. Like, what? You know, it took Tom Brady to come over here and, you know, I guess finally they get some excitement about them, but nobody was looking at nobody from the South. Let's keep it real. Nobody was paying attention to us over here. So if, you know, I'm happy to see that everybody's starting to get a little bit competitive. You know, even though it needs to be us on top, because last year it was pretty much ours for the taking.
Yeah,
I'm still bitter about that. I'm not going to get over that because we had it. We had it in the palm of our hands to at least get the division.
Them 3 games, and he couldn't even do that. He lay and flop in Chicago, and then he was a hot mess in New Orleans, and landed him out of the job. That's what happened. You know,
pretty much
point blank.
Especially that quarterback situation that was going on.
I went to the Colts game thinking we were going to lose that game. Surprisingly, we won that game. So I'm like, okay. So only thing he has to do is win the next 3 games. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go to the Chicago game because it was cold. I wasn't going to go up there in that cold. And like I said, he lost them 3 games. I mean, only thing he had to win was the last 3 games. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still
He had
upset
to beat
about that.
Tampa,
It was revenge.
Tampa, had to beat Chicago, and then had to beat New Orleans. Couldn't even do that.
I like what John said. I said, I don't think anyone thinks they can sleepwalk through the South these days. And that's a good thing to have over here. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to see. I mean, because like I said last week, we got to beat. I want to beat them at their best. You know, I don't want no excuses. Oh, they was out. It was hurt. It was, it's always an excuse.
If they didn't have this player, there's a reason why y'all won this game.
No, I want at your best. You know, because for one thing, it's these tough games at the beginning of the season is giving us those opportunities to really challenge ourselves. You know, try new plays, try different players, figure it out for the remainder of the season. Like if we really get it, I say mid-season, if we really can kind of get even on both sides of the ball, you can't tell us nothing. We've already we can win these couple of games. We've already in the win call over our division rivals, and then we kind of just stretch it on out for the rest of the season into the bye and all that. I feel that we will have so much confidence leading into that because it's like, whew, but we can't think of every game as a cakewalk either. Every game is just as important as the next, and that's why I love about Raw. The Carolina game, Arthur Smith got himself fired. I definitely agree with Leo. The stats had to go point blank period. And I want to say this, how y'all was saying that they kind of tune out the stats and everything else in the media. Arthur Smith started letting that go, get it to his head. I think he was listening it too hard about that. So it's like we needed a coach that's like, look at that. Fuck stats. What do you mean? We're here to win the game. What's most important is I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I'm gonna make sure I bring in the right coaches. But there needs to be a sit down at this point. After this tough stretch, we need to sit down with Zach and a couple more of these coaches. Okay, what can we do to make this a little bit better here? We got to get on point, period. And Brianna, she said, Alan said, I was mad at the first we lost the division and no playoffs, but I'm elated that Arthur Smith is out of here. Let God do it. Hallelujah. Hello.
I was on a plane. I was coming home from the New Orleans game. Got off the airport, got onto the groove when I found out he was fired. I was like, dang, that was quick.
And Miss Witt is giving us the score from the Padres and Braves game. Ooh. That's why we got to go ahead and close this on out because we got debate coming up. We also got the Braves playing, and we got Tykel. He's following after us, but we just wanted to make this short and sweet. We'll see you guys again next Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and wrap this on up so I can go ahead and watch me some baseball. That's important.
Yeah, we need to get them all the energy we can because, wild card series are always up and at it. This is our 7th time being in the playoffs in a row, which I'm proud of. I know injuries was a lot this year, so I just want to put the best foot forward for the Braves. But as far as the division this year, it's going to show that us, the Aints, and those things down there, the Buccaneers, we making noises, but I believe once we get our offense together that we can definitely dominate. Now I know all of us definitely want us to win the South. That is the expectation, but I'm happy with the change of culture, different things like that. I just definitely want us to have a way better record than what we had the last 3 years up on the package mayhem, aka Arthur Smith. So I'm excited to see. This is only the first quarter of the season.
Literally
first quarter. Yeah. So we're 2-2. We got the Bucks, we got the Panthers, we got some stuff ahead before bye week. Hopefully we can go ahead and keep moving forward and progressing where we are. We put a lot of people and teams on notice, even with our 2 losses versus the Steelers and the Chiefs. because those both were winnable games, and we only lost by one score. So that they're smelling it. It's just that Terry, Raw, they need to keep it cooking. Zach, I know this is his first year at being at the helm of being offensive coordinator. Get that shit together. I know that we're still kind of iffy when it comes to our defensive coordinator. He need to work on them third downs. I need for them to like be quick as hell tomorrow when it comes to those third down situations, limiting penalties and doing whatever we need to do, because they got the spirits up in Atlanta. It's just that they got to start progressing. We're not saying that you win the Super Bowl right now. We would love if you win the Super Bowl in the first year right now. But again, our expectation is to win the South, and that's what I want. And the grind to get my last ruffle feather before we end.
Go ahead.
Fantasy pickers. I do not want to keep hearing y'all talk about, oh, this person ain't giving these points. Oh, me 20 points. He cool with you. I don't care. I care about W's and L's. That's the only thing I care about. Oh, my pizzy. I did it. My picker and my kicker. I don't care. I don't care about that. Y'all be threatening these players about fucking fantasy picks. Who the fuck cares? They worried about their contracts. They worried about making sure they body and work. They trying to win a win. They don't care about your fantasy team. They don't care. Like, stop. Like, that shit is annoying. If most people worried about Kyle Pitts is numbers. They not worried for the fact is that this is his contract year. They're not worried about whether we worried about with him being able to be successful and not just be some lagging ass tight end. We got enough lagging ass tight ends. I'm not worried about your fucking fantasy team.
Right. Exactly.
That's it.
That's right. You should have 2 ruffle the feathers tonight. Ooh. No, she didn't have one last game. I guess she made it up for this one.
I made up for it.
That's right. We're gonna start highlighting her ruffle the feather. I'm actually put a banner up in here. You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna make a banner right now while we talking. Ruffling her feathers. On that note, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in the chat, we appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this on up. Last minute thoughts. I was going to do a little rant today, but I'm going to save it. We'll save it for the next show because we do have a special guest in the house, and I think that, but check my work though. It's on there.
It's on there. It needs to be talked about.
It needs to be talked about, but I think we're going to break that down next Tuesday, same time, people. Ruffling her feathers.
I like that.
I like that.
Quick update. It's now 3-0.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I said I wasn't gonna watch the Braves game. I said that already. I'm gonna watch the doggone debate.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna watch the debate as well. But we got the ruffling her feathers comment here, so I got that saved in here. Go ahead and close it on out, ladies. Let's go ahead and wrap this up so we can watch this debate and the Braves figure it out. But I didn't have a lot of confidence in the Braves, but hey,
me
it is what it is. So let's go ahead and close this on out. Starting with Miss Chrissy. Last minute thoughts.
I want to thank everybody for coming and for Let Us Pray as a content creator, a Falcons content creator from California. I invited him and other people in the chat over.
Nice.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
And
Let us pray.
I'm trying to do a lot of start inviting more and more people to this, because I think we are. I've been on other teams. I think we're the only all-female panel that I could find.
That's great. That's wonderful.
So that's awesome.
I wanted this has never been done, and I wanted this. Me and Mike been talking about this for the longest. I said, Mike, I really want to encourage more women to come on here and talk. And you really don't have. Now you do have Tori and can't think of another lady. They have their show. They have their shows on Fox 5 and everything else. But I was like, we need a content creator, show full of ladies. So I appreciate you guys joining. But go ahead, Chris. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh yeah. And again, just keeping it in mind, just as hard as people been on Kyle, just like our players are getting rotated out, it's not a bad idea, to keep the fire burning on this OC as well. And our O-line just need to step up for Thursday, because again, that defense is coming.
The defense is rough.
Keeping that positive energy for this win for Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Miss Witt, let's close it on out, ma'am.
You mean Pam?
Pam,
You mean
you already closed it out.
because I had my ruffle the feather moment, so I'm good for the night.
Go ahead, Pam.
Well, like I said, Matt Ryan, Ring of Honor. It's time for fans to show up, not for just his event, to support this team. The fan is really their juice to get them to play well. So if we fill that beans up with a whole bunch of fans, that should be the factor. We could be the 12-man factor in that. So that's all I got to say on that. I'm gonna be one of the 12 man, so I'm
Pam everywhere. Look, I'm gonna give Pam she need her costume or something now. She needs to be the next.
Oh no! They already gave me Auntie Pam, so I'm happy with that title.
We're gonna live with that, man. We're gonna get her up. Y'all come on, let's come on with some logos, Auntie Pam material. We're gonna get her a whole outfit out there. Y'all can be like, okay, that's Auntie Pam out there. I know that lady. You know, thank you, lovely show tonight, ladies. Y'all are amazing. Dreams do come true. Praying for y'all content creators. That's right. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank y'all.
Had to bring out her tell you just a bit. She didn't poke anybody eyes out. Auntie Pam, the new bird lady. Speak it up.
Oh no!
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Oh no!
Them fighting words right now, and y'all gonna understand that next show. Them some fighting words right there. I don't even call myself a bird lady. I am the first lady of
day and night. It's day and night.
I'm the first lady of AFN, but I ain't gonna never say I'm ruffling no feathers and being a bird lady because there's only one original, y'all.
It's only one original. We lady birds.
Exactly.
Bird lady.
Exactly.
Lady birds, not bird lady.
To see the bird lady, we the lady birds, so keep that coming, people. But other than that, yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Definitely donate to the channel, Atlanta Falcons Nation, Cash App, $sign in the beginning. Proceeds are still going to the Educators Fund. And now, supplies are, the ports are, striking.
Right.
Y'all get serious, man. Start building, plants and things in your yard and growing your own food. Because at this point, we're going to be in a crisis, baby. So let's take this seriously. And shout out to everybody and, prayers to everybody that was affected by this storm. I'm glad you're out here just tuning in. You're safe. Some people are still without power and food and resources. Take this storm serious because it's another one brewing right behind it, y'all. So let's get serious about these things. Get the generators. Do what you need to do. Let's go ahead and watch the debate tonight. Thursday is the game. Tykel is coming on now, and actually the Braves are playing as well. Let's get up out of here, people. Love you.
Make sure y'all register to vote.
Right.
Register to vote. Absolutely. And we out.
Register to vote.